Hello everybody, it's Daniel here again, and I'm here to show you how to make a lovely lip oil. I'm using a roller bottle, as you can see, for easy application, and it's packed full of amazing ingredients to keep your lips feeling soft, smooth, and ultra kissable. However, this hasn't been formulated to treat any ailments, so it's best for normal skin types. So let's make a start. You want to set your precision scales to 0 using the Tare, 0 or T button. Place your beaker on first, then reset to 0. Our first foundation ingredient is castor oil, and this provides some excellent slip and slide for our lip oil. So I don't have very much left, or at least not a full bottle, so I'm just going to pour some in here first. I won't need all of that. Or I might actually. We'll see. Might need to add a bit more. So I'm going to use a pipette to measure out our castor oil drop by drop. You don't have to do this, but sometimes it's easier. If you pour a mixture, for instance, from the bottle, and it doesn't have a lip, like so, it won't pour it. Sometimes it will just drip down the side of the bottle. So let's use a pipette, or we can start first trying to get as close to 9 grams as we can, and then use the pipette to just finish off the last few drops. So let's take it to 8 grams. So we're 8.79, so we need 9. So let's just do a few more drops with our pipette to get there. Nearly. There we are. We want to repeat this process with every single oil or ingredient we've got. So next up is our jojoba oil. This is a fantastic oil. It's technically a wax, but it's very nourishing for the skin. So we're doing 7 grams, so let's get as close as we can without going over. Remember to press the Tare button. I almost forgot then. Okay, so we're at 6 now. So with a fresh pipette, we do our last gram. There we are. Next, we have our Ecosilk, which is a great natural alternative to a silicone. It helps the product sink in faster and not feel greasy. If you're looking for this ingredient and you can't find it under Ecosilk, you can find it by its INSI, which is Isoamyl Laurate. So let's pour some in here. Because I sterilize, it's also worth noting rather, that I can just pour whatever's left in here back in here after. You can only do that if you're cleaning and sanitizing all of your equipment. And again, you want to use a fresh pipette when it's time to use one. Press the T button and we're going to get as close to 5 grams of this as possible. So around 4 grams. It's a lot thinner than your oil-based ingredients, so expect it to pour a little bit faster. So we're at 4.6 now. There we go, 5 grams. Next, we have Calendula infused oil. It's infused in sunflower, and you'll find most infused or macerated oils will come with sunflower, whatever it's macerated in. So this is a very soothing oil. It's great for chapped lips, but also great for any skin that could use some help with irritation. Now we only need 3 grams of this. So I'm gonna skip straight to pipette. Whenever you can, you want to use something like a pipette because it just helps you be more precise. Okay, so hit the T button, reset to 0, and then we want 3 grams. So we want to get there a bit faster than normal, so I'm going to probably squeeze all of this in. That took us to almost 1.5. So we definitely need at least 1 more of them. All right, 2. Getting there, we're at 2.9 now. There we go. Our next ingredient is vitamin E, and if you know anything about vitamin E, you'll know it's high in antioxidants. And we use a vitamin E so that it will keep our oils fresh. If we don't use one, our oils will become rancid or oxidize much more quickly. So we'll need 0.25 grams of this, again, going straight to a pipette. So I'm using PET plastic pipettes, mostly so I can use them with essential oils. But you can get glass pipettes, which are reusable, which I would encourage you to get. They're a bit fiddly to clean, but reusable is best. So this is quite a thick, viscous liquid. So let's quickly hit T and get to 0.25. Oh, we're close, 0.18. Oh, 0.25, there we go. Sometimes the scales take a moment to catch up. Okay, so our secret ingredient for this recipe is Bisabolol. It's intensely, intensely soothing for the skin and really helps clean up irritation. It's very much like our calendula infused oil, but it's much stronger. They're actually extracted from the flowers of the chamomile, but it's not an essential oil. It just smells faintly sweet. So we're using very little Bisabolol. We're actually using 0.1. So you really will need precision measurement scales for this. Reset again. Sometimes with these droppers, you'll need to encourage the drop to get it going. And as soon as it gets going, there we go. Do a couple of drops and you see, so we're at 0.09. I'm going to accept that because if I do another drop, it will not be at 0.1. It will be more like 0.12. So we'll leave it there. Better to go below a dermal limit than above. It's actually just changed to 0.1. That's perfect. Okay. Now we come to our fragrance. And for this, I'm using an essential oil. It's important not to use a fragrance oil for this one because fragrance oils are never recommended for use on the face. However, we can't just use any essential oil. We'll have to use a lip and face safe essential oil. So for this one, I'm only using a very little amount and I'm only using something that smells nice and that I like. Sweet orange has not been selected for a formulation therapeutic benefit, but rather for its aromatic profile. Much like the Bisabolol, we're using very little of this, 0.1 again, but it's a bit thinner than Bisabolol, so you'll need to be careful. So let's add that now. There we go. There we go. And let's see what happens. We're at 0.06. Let's add another drop. Oh, yep, 0.07 now. Oh, there we go. We're at 0.1. Now we've measured all of our ingredients, it's time to combine. Using a spatula, a glass rod, or a stainless steel spoon, we can mix our ingredients together. Make sure you do this thoroughly so that all of our ingredients are blended well and that we get even distribution across the lip when we apply the product. Okay, I'm happy with that, so let's move on. Now we transfer to store. You have different options for this. You can use a lip gloss tube or you can use a glass roller bottle. So let's see what we'll be using today. So as you can see, I've opted for a roller bottle. Now, when filling these, you want to make sure that they don't fall or topple over. They're quite thin, so they can do. So I would put it in a glass container or anything that will help it stabilize. Pop the roller to one side and then use a funnel so you don't get any spills. And then gently and slowly, we pour our mixture in. We don't want to overfill it, so stop every now and then to let the funnel clear. A little bit more. There we are, perfect. And then just push. You'll need to push quite hard. There we are. And then that's secure. I have enough mixture for 2. So let's make another. Again, pop the funnel in and then pour slowly. Allowing the funnel to clear every now and then so we don't overfill. There we are. So I have a little mixture left over. So I can use that for testers, for myself, for my friends, for anyone. So as you can see, I've got 2 of these. I've got a little bit of mixture left over. These roller bottles, they're about 10 ml each, and I've got 25 ml. So I've probably got roughly 5 ml left. So I could fill up another one, but it wouldn't fill all the way, maybe halfway, and I think that's a bit of a waste. So you can get smaller ones. So if you wanted to get different sizes, those would allow you to complete the whole mixture. The reason we have a little bit more left over is because we're using such small amounts of certain ingredients, it would be very difficult for me to measure sub 0.1. While I could with my precision scale, if you're using a jewelry scale, you probably will struggle to get sub 0.1 grams. But don't waste it. I won't waste it. I'll put these on my lips all day. I won't put this in a tube, but I'll just keep it with me the next couple of days. And if I don't use it myself, there's always someone that wants something, a little tester, a little something that I'm making at the minute. So I'll just pop this in a pot even and just give it to a friend and they can use it for their lips and see what they think. And if they like it, I'll make a whole one for them. So that's all we have for this recipe. It's quite an easy one. I actually find getting it in the tube is probably the hardest part, but also measuring as well because we're doing such small increments. So make sure you be careful with your measurement and make sure you're careful pouring. And if you're really struggling, just make a larger batch. It's okay to have lip oil for a whole year because as long as you are storing this out of sunlight and also you have used the vitamin E, you probably will find this has about a year's shelf life before the oils start to become a bit rancid or oxidized. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this. I've enjoyed making it. I really do hope this has inspired you to make your own lip oil at home. So go have a look at the written, go see what I've put in again, see if you've got those ingredients and maybe make it today.